Hey, what's up everybody? Chef Billy Parisi here, and we're going to do things a little bit differently in this video because, well, I'm turning 40 and it's right around the corner. Yep, the big 4-0 over the hill. And I guess I wanted to take some time to just share a few things that I've learned along the way and that I have to constantly remind myself of every day and sort of preach to myself. And I don't know, I thought it would be fun to change some things up. But first, I do want to take the time to say thank you so much to each and every one of you that has decided to follow and subscribe to this page and channel. I can't tell you how much I appreciate it. I graduated culinary school 21 years ago. My first gig out of culinary school, I was a line cook and I made $8.50 an hour. In no way could I ever imagine that this was even a job, right? A food blogger, recipe creator guy. Right? Super weird job, but I am so thankful for the support. I can't tell you how much I appreciate it, and we're going to keep pushing along and keep trying to make great recipes and sharing as many techniques as possible so that everything you make from home will be amazing. Okay, so without further ado, let's get into 9 things that I've learned in these last 40 years about life, about food, and I don't know, maybe it'll help you, maybe not. Just wanted to share it. Okay, starting with try things. This spreads across so many different things. Taking risks, and I think of this in my food career and trying different things out to see if they work. My early career, I was much more adventurous in trying different foods and not just eating them, but like putting out crazy dishes. And I still have to remind myself to like get out of your comfort zone and try things. And it's especially true when I'm trying food from different cultures, like something that maybe I've never had before, but I want to try it. Like I just need to take the initiative and do it. And for me, when I was younger, I was much more of a type B person. And then I turned to type A. And then I was kind of a little bit of both for a long time. And I'm moving back towards the type A. And my wife is all type B. Like she is off the cusp, spontaneity, let's do this. And I'm telling you, it has helped me get out of my shell so much. Just some of the best times I've ever had is my wife's like, let's pick up, let's just go do this right now. Let's get in the car and let's go. And it's like the type A inside of me is like, I don't know. Do we need to pack? Like, what do we need? And it's like, just get in the car and go. And they've been some of the funnest times I've ever had in my life. So try things. And with that too is making mistakes. I think that's important because how else do you learn? How else do you learn? I've made a bazillion mistakes, and I can't tell you that the learning experiences I've gotten from there, I think it's important. It's okay to make mistakes. Even Henry Ford said, the only real mistake is the one from which we learn nothing. So make sure you learn something. And the last thing to go along with trying things is there's a movie, I think it was Courageous. And this little girl was driving with her dad and she's like, hey, I love this song, Dad. Get out of the car and dance with me. And he's like, no, I'm too busy. And then it was so sad. The girl was in a car accident and died. And the dad just kept that regret of thinking, oh my gosh, I wish I would have danced with my daughter. And so he goes out there, plays the music she was playing, and kind of like dances by himself pretending that she was there. And it was such a touching moment. So I always try to just think like try things. When my daughter asked me to do something crazy and within reason, I'm just going to do it. And I have to remind myself of that every single day. Try things. And the next thing is it's going to be okay. And I look at my younger self and think, you know, when maybe I wasn't being the best version of myself or I was in a deep struggle and thinking, how am I going to get out of this? And just to let myself know that, hey, things are going to be okay. It's funny, 80% of things that people worry about actually never come true. So when I'm up freaking out all night, biting my fingernails, guess what? There's a great chance that none of the stuff that I'm worrying about is ever going to come true. And, you know, and I don't talk about this too much, but just being a dad to a daughter who has some special needs. And I remember when my wife and myself were just in the thick of it when she was really young, 2 and 3. And we were just, oh my goodness, this is much harder than I could have imagined. And, you know, just looking back and telling myself like, you know, it's going to be okay. And it has been okay. Love this quote. You can cut all the flowers, but you cannot keep spring from coming, by Pablo Neruda, who I actually studied a little bit in college. I got a minor in Spanish, so I remember studying him. Okay, 3, do the best you can. And I think of my early career, especially when I was doing this, I was taking pictures and videos and oh my gosh, were they terrible. Please don't look them up on the internet. I hope they're stricken from the internet forever. But You got to get reps. You got to get better. You have to just practice. I know it's an old saying, but practice makes perfect. Do things and try them and get better at them and put them into practice every single day. So I've come a long way. No way am I amazing by any stretch through video and photography, but I've come a long way and I'm doing my best, and it just continues to grow and get better. So do the best you can. Next, be nice. Be nice. And I have to look at myself through growing up, and there are many times I wasn't nice. Obviously, I am a very imperfect person. I'm not perfect. Surprise, surprise. And I look back and think when people entered my life and they were so nice, like that has just stuck with me. When they've shown me grace and shown me mercy, I think of, oh my gosh, like it just resonates with me. That person, I want to surround myself with that person. Like that is just such a nice person, and give people the benefit of the doubt, and that's for me. I'm literally preaching this to myself. There's another quote that says, everyone you meet is going through something you know nothing about. And boy, is that the truth. So even sometimes on Facebook or social media, when someone kind of says something that isn't too nice, I think to myself, man, maybe they're struggling with something or going through something. And you know what? I need to put as kindness response as I possibly can out there. So be nice. Okay, super important. Next, put yourself out there. As I've become more introverted in the last 7 years, and trust me, I know how stressful it is to be in a new situation with new people and just feeling like the world's crashing in on you. But putting yourself out there, being vulnerable, it's crazy. In this social media world that we live in, and sort of magnified in the last 5 years, is you know everybody, but nobody knows you while you sit and type away on your computer and see all these different social media profiles, but no one knows you. So be vulnerable and put yourself out there. And I got to preach this to myself. Join a club, read a book with a friend. Just get out there and get some good old-fashioned FaceTime and human interaction. And this is especially true for guys. For some reason, like myself, I have a hard time putting myself out there. Women, just seem like they naturally, form friendships very easily. For guys, it's a little bit harder. So if there are guys out there that struggle with this, I get you. And a funny, churchy, Christian-y joke that I heard once was one of Jesus's last great miracles was that he had 12 male friends over the age of 30. So true. Okay. Next, hang out with folks older than you. Oh my goodness, this is probably one of my biggest things. Wisdom can only be had by living life. And I haven't lived, obviously past 40 at this point, but those gentlemen and those women who have so much to offer and to share about life experiences. And it's not about knowledge, it's about wisdom and going through some hard times and how did you deal with it. So you learn how to navigate those situations, whether it be in business, family, relationships. Oh my goodness, I've learned so much by hanging out with folks that have been older than me. And I still try to just push myself. Who's an older guy that I can hang out with just to pour into me so I can learn more about life? Okay, got a couple more. Don't be afraid to ask questions, and not just because, there's no such thing as a stupid question. Obviously, that's true, but how else do you really understand and learn things? You have to ask questions, and it's okay to ask questions, and it's okay if I don't know about this. Can you explain more, please? And be willing to listen. I mean, my wife would tell you firsthand, listen to me. And after I ask a question, just listen. Especially if you're in a relationship or a friendship with somebody and they're really struggling. Like sometimes people just need a friend and need to be listened to. Okay, number 8, be there. The most important thing you can give someone is your time, for sure. I've seen this in real life. Even sometimes I'm just, as an imperfect dad, like just tell my daughter, like, hey, if I'll just get you this little stuffed animal, but man, what she really needs is my time. And oh my gosh, this is one thing that I just have to tell myself over and over again, is just be there and having that human interaction, being there for people and all the people that have been there in my life. I remember a very close friend in Chicago, Adam, who for 10 years, we got breakfast once a week on Saturday, and we would just do life together, right? And he would just encourage me, and oh my gosh, just him being there was so huge for me. Still, one of my best friends to this day. And just being there for people has been huge in my life. And number 9, your story isn't over. I can't tell you how many times I've felt stuck in a rut, felt like I hit a wall at a low point and felt, oh my gosh, the world crumbling in, this is over. And just so many times another door ended up opening, and it's changed perhaps a business situation or relationship, but kind of goes back to that number 2, everything's going to be okay. But your story isn't over. And I love this quote. It's never too late to be what you might have been. Oh my gosh. You can always go back to school. You could always start a new friendship or relationship. Your story's not over yet. Even how horrible and struggling sometimes are, it's not over yet. Okay. And then, okay, bonus one. It's okay to say no. This I have to tell myself over and over again because I am a people pleaser and I'm a yes man. And there are so many times when I've been just overstretched and I needed to say no and I didn't. And then relationship suffers, work suffers, all those things. So I've learned in the last few years, especially, that it's okay to say no. And you got to take care of yourself too. So it's okay to say no. And I tell those to myself just repeatedly. Trust me, repeatedly. Okay, so those are my 10 things that I've learned for myself in these 40 years that I've been on this earth. And in no way am I telling you to do any of these. These are just reminders for myself and just wanted to share them with you. Like I said, maybe they'll help you in some way. Maybe you've learned them too. If so, I definitely want to hear about those experiences in the comments. So I hope you all have an amazing summer, and I just cannot thank you enough for the support. Seriously. 40, I'm very excited. A little sad because, oh my gosh, I'm 40 already, but I'm excited to see what's in store for me. And I can't do any of it without you. You all are the best audience in the business. No doubt. I appreciate every single one of you. I love you, and we will see you soon.